So let's just move on further towards the next question. The next question is question number 3, which says that show that 0.2353535 so goes on can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are any integers, they are integers, and Q cannot be equal to 0. So it is just as simple as the earlier questions. So let's just start with it. First of all, we'll talk about the number which is given to us. The number is like 0.23353535 and 35 and so goes on. As we know that in this particular number, a pair of numbers, that is 35, is repeating itself again and again. So 35 is actually a repetitive string of numbers. So we can say that this can be represented as 0.235 bar, because the two numbers are repeating itself again and again. So it can be represented in the formation of 0.235 bar. So first of all, as we know that we have to take this number as any particular variable. So this is the step number 1. So let's just start with it. Let x is equal to 0.235 bar, or we can say that we are representing it first of all in the formation of 3535, and we can say that it can be represented as 0.235 bar. So this is nothing but a step number 1. So now in the earlier questions we have seen that whenever there is any kind of number which is repeating itself again and again, so there is always those number after the decimals which are repeating. So here the number 2 is actually not repeating itself, and there are two numbers, those are only repeating itself. So the main motive of now is this, that we have to transform this number 2, which is not repeating at all, on the other side. So the step would be like, we will transform the number 2 from this side towards this, because this number is not repeating itself. So now we will multiply this equation number 1 by 10 in order to take 2 on the other side. So we are multiplying. So multiply equation number 1 by 10 on both sides. So we are multiplying 10 on both sides of the equation. So it will be like x into 10, which is equal to 0.23535, so goes on into 10. So after multiplying it with 10, the equation will be like x into 10, 10x, which is equal to 10 into 0.23535 will be like 2.353535, and so goes on. So let us suppose I am calling this equation as equation number 2. Now the further step will be like, as we know that in the equation number 2 there are two numbers that are repeating itself, that is 3, 5. So now we will multiply this particular equation with 100, because we know that in the earlier questions we have already done that whenever there are any string of numbers who are repeating itself, or any number of digits that are repeating itself, we will multiply a multiple of 10 with that particular equation. As we know that there are two digits over here that are repeating, so we will multiply this particular equation by 100. Let us suppose there is only one number that was repeating after the decimal point, so we will multiply the equation with 10. So now this equation, in this particular equation, we will multiply equation number 2 by 100 on both sides in order to take 35 on the other side. In order to take 35 on the other side, we are multiplying 100 on the both sides of this equation. So it will be like 100 into 10x, which is equal to 100 into 2.353535, and so goes on. Now let's just multiply it. We will get the answer as, it is nothing but 1000 of x, which is equal to, after multiplying it with 100, the decimal point will be shifted and it will be like 235.353535, and so goes on. So let us suppose I am calling this equation as equation number 3rd. Now the next step would be like, we will subtract the equation number 3rd by the equation number 2 in order to get a form P by Q of the number 0.235235, and so goes on. So we are subtracting equation number 3rd and 1 as 3 minus of 2 3 minus of 2, we are subtracting the third equation and the second equation all together. So it will be like, we are subtracting 3 and 2. So it will be like 1000x, which is equal to 235.3535 and so goes on. And the equation number 2 is nothing but 10x. So it is 10x, which is equal to, it is nothing but 2.353535 and so goes on. So let's just subtract these two equations all together. So the answer would be like, let us suppose we are subtracting it. So it will be x altogether, 0, it will be nothing but 10. So it is 10 minus 1, which is nothing but 9. And this is again 9. So it is 990 of x, which is equal to, after subtracting these two, we will get the answer as 235 minus of 2. It is nothing but 233.0000 and so goes on. So we can say we get the answer, or we get the equation as 990x, which is equal to 233 after subtracting the equation number 3rd and 2 altogether. So the answer of x over here is nothing but 233 divided by 990. So this is nothing but the value of the x, or the fraction 233 by 990, which is actually equivalent to the equation number 1, because from the equation number 1 we know that x is nothing but is equal to 0.235235, or we can say that it is equal to 0.235 bar. So from the equation number 1 we can say, from equation number 1 we can say that x is equal to 0.235 bar, which is nothing but is equal to 233 divided by 990, which is nothing but our desired result, because we just wanted to find out, this is nothing but our solution, because we just wanted to find out the p by q representation of the number 0.2353535 and so goes on. So this is nothing but the solution of the number, or the representation of this particular number in the formation of p by q. I hope all the steps are all clear to you, in which I have transformed the number 0.23535 in the formation of p by q, which is nothing but 233 divided by 990. So let's just move on further.